In this year's NHL playoffs, the New York Islanders won their first playoff series in 20 years, only to be taken out in 5 games by the Tampa Bay Lightnings in round 2. And when you get eliminated, your team's focus automatically shifts to the offseason. And the biggest news leading up to this offseason for the New York Islanders was the fact that Kyle Okposo is set to become an unrestricted free agent. And there seems to be no indication that he's going to re-sign with the Islanders, meaning that their main focus should now shift to finding a guy to replace him. Now, there's one player in particular that's rumored to be bought out by his team when the NHL's buyout period starts on Wednesday, and that player is Dustin Brown. Now, he's still a great power forward, but he's definitely getting overpaid on a team that doesn't have a lot of salary cap space in the LA Kings. And coming off being bought out, you can probably get him for a little bit cheaper than you would if he hit the open market after his contract expired. I think Dustin Brown would be a perfect player to fill Kyle Okposo's role as the team's big power forward. Even though Dustin Brown was stripped of his captaincy over in LA, he's still a tremendous leader. Heck, he captained the LA Kings to a Stanley Cup a few seasons ago. If Dustin Brown had the opportunity to play with a guy like John Tavares next season, he could possibly get 25, maybe even 30 goals. And like I said, since he's coming off of a buyout, maybe you can sign him to a 2-year contract worth something around $4 million a season, which is significantly less money than you would be paying Kyle Okposo if you re-signed him. Now, Troy Brouwer isn't quite the power forward as Kyle Okposo or Dustin Brown is, but he's still a big man. He scored over 20 goals last season, and he can stand in front of the net on the power play. Now, maybe cheaper is a bad way to put it because he is expected to get a raise from last season, which he was making $3.6 million, and I said Dustin Brown could maybe sign for $4 million, so he would probably be around the $4.5 to $5 million range, so maybe actually Dustin Brown is a smarter choice to go with. But when we talk about the term of the contract, I would be expecting Troy Brouwer to be looking at a 3 to 4 year contract to get a little security since he's already 31 years old. While I would expect Dustin Brown to be looking for a 1 to 2 year contract so he can prove to the other teams that the buyout was the wrong decision on him and he's worth the money and hopefully he can cash in another season or two. Now, if the New York Islanders do not re-sign Kyle Okposo, they need to shift their focus onto re-signing Frans Nielsen. Now, Frans Nielsen will definitely not be making as much money as Kyle Okposo is next season. He still could be making somewhere between $4 to $5 million a season though, which by no means is a small contract. Bottom line for the New York Islanders is that I don't believe that they should be letting both of them go for nothing. If you have to, sign one and let the other one go, and right now it looks like Kyle Okposo is going to be the one who will be going, so hopefully they can re-sign Frans Nielsen. Now, the Islanders do have the 19th overall pick in this year's NHL entry draft, but then again, it is still too tough to tell at this point who will and who won't be available at the 19th overall pick. So in this video and moving forward, I won't be talking as much about the draft as I did with the lottery teams. But I hope every team can find their hidden gem somewhere, if it's in the first round, second round, third round, whatever. But I will say this, the Islanders should be looking to draft a winger. John Tavares' contract expires in 2 seasons from now. And one attractive quality that might help the Islanders convince John Tavares to re-sign is the fact that he will be able to play with such great wingers. And I know it's 2 years away, but when the guy's your franchise center, you gotta start thinking about these problems now. Teddy Purcell becomes a free agent this summer, and I think he would be an amazing fit for the New York Islanders. He's by no means the flashiest of players. He probably won't be playing with John Tavares at all, but he can kill penalties, and he's a good two-way player who can chip in 10 to 15 goals a season. Now, another UFA who will probably cost a little bit more than Teddy Purcell, but has the skill to potentially play with a guy like John Tavares, is Miguel Bodker. Bodker will probably be making somewhere between $5 to $6 million a season, and that's definitely something that the Islanders can't afford. Heck, $5 to $6 million is less than you would be paying for Kyle Okposo. Now, even though Kyle Okposo is a great player, I think John Tavares would be much more happy playing with somebody like Miguel Bodker. Bodker might not have the strength and size, but he has the hockey IQ of Kyle Okposo. He's a lot more faster, he's got a better shot, and he's a more pure goal scorer. John Tavares and Matt Moulson had great chemistry a few seasons ago, and I think Miguel Bodker is just a faster version of Matt Moulson. One thing I think that's great for the Islanders organization is that defenseman Travis Hamonic has taken back his request to be traded. Now, I know the reason behind it wasn't because he hated the Islanders, it was because he wanted to be closer to his family, and I get that, and I respect that. But it has to be tough on the management team to have to try to trade one of your top young defensemen. But thankfully for them, after the season was over, like I said, he took back his request to be traded, and now he wants to remain a New York Islander. So I believe the key to the New York Islanders offseason is to not overpay for Frans Nielsen, try to find somebody to replace Kyle Okposo at the power forward position, and try to find some wingers that John Tavares can be excited about playing with. So thank you guys for watching my video on the New York Islanders. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It would mean so much to me. Please like my page on Facebook. It's all about hockey. It's called The Hockey Gods. The link to that is down below. And please email me any questions or if you just want to talk hockey to theshanaclan19@gmail.com. And I'll see you guys back here for the next episode where we talk about the other New York-based hockey team.